Welcome back, survivors. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to Mandibles, where we've returned to the original roster. Well, actually, let me just get into the hunt menu so you can see. We are back to the base roster of Marakalkana, Europatura, etc., just because we're going to go back to a few of these classic guys, see what we can get and go after. We do have the Duskland, but we also have the DHXAC Railgun. As much as I do want to try it out, I think I'm going to go for the Hole Puncher because we've been going after a lot of the same old animals for quite a while now. And I'd like to try going after something a little different. We do have the Manipulator we can go after. That's about it right now. You know what, maybe what we'll do is just get as much as we can with this. It's still going to be working on getting those points up to their highest we can, but at least now we can finally say go after things like the Manipulator. It may take a little while, but we can probably go for the Protosolpuga too, or the giant termite there. And Eucalyptus and Nautilus will probably take a while before we get to there. But all in all, everything is looking pretty good, so I'd say with that, we'll hop into a new hunt and see what we can do. And we'll go back to Mirkmorslau. I do want to try the railgun out. Maybe we'll fit that in this episode. We'll see exactly how much time we kind of spend working and going through that. But all is in order. Let's go into a new hunt. Okay, so we're all loaded in here. Just get familiar with that again. There we go. Oh, just Diplocalus. Ooh, and we're actually starting on the very southern... And of course, the wind is always against us. We want to go north and the wind is blowing north. Oh well. We'll see what we can find and what we can take down using some of these weapons. There's Hylonomus. And you guys had great feedback for the DLC animals, so I was very happy I was able to showcase some of them off. And again, we'll probably switch back towards those a little later on in the series. Just as we get more points going up and we can show them off. I do think we've sort of hit... It's a little bit like Jurassic Park Revolution where we kind of hit the point grind a little more. That curve has taken a bit of a steeper jet... Would it be a jump or more like a slope? I guess more of a steeper angle to try to progress to new things. Like, I can understand you want to lock the point values behind more and more things to feel like you progress with the game, but there's also a point where... Oh, Lord. I've never come across this before, the Mirkmorslau. It's almost like spiders. Spiders and egg cases. How? This has been here the entire time, and I've never been to this little spot on the map before. Wow. I knew there were... Well, thanks to us seeing the Hive, which was another very well-received episode. Man, there are a lot of little secrets just peppered around on the Mandibles maps. I really have to pay a little more attention in looking around for things. I can't believe I never found that before. And again, I don't think I've really ever spawned too often in the southern area like this. Normally, I think we are always up more to the north. Oh, just excuse me for a moment. Okay, my apologies, I'm back. I didn't mean for that little interruption to happen. I may get one or two more, but hopefully it'll just be minor things that you guys will just see a little edit out and a little jump in silence too when I'm back. Anyway, as we keep looking around, trying to figure out, you know, we should be more active with what we call too. So let's focus on the Manipulator. Yeah, just like before, we get no reply. I'll try working and seeing if we can call one of those in, because that's our main ticket right now, is trying to find one of them. I'm hoping they'll start producing a little bit more in the point values too, so that way it's a little bit of a steadier jump up. It's just an Archmalacris or something we're hearing. Well, we did get a call back. So maybe we'll just use the double barrel until we can get a visual. Oh crap. We got a visual, and it's pretty close. Oh lord, how... We'll head back to the menu. How many hits can it take? Okay, we're back to the main menu. I don't understand how many hits it's able to take, because that was 4 with the double barrel up close. Good lord. Okay, I'll have to take a moment and think of what we're going to do. Okay, I do want to go after Manipulator, but I think... Should we just do... I mean, the problem is, though, if we see anything from afar, we can't really do that. And I thought that would have been a good one to take. I need something better up close, but I don't really have many options for it, do I? Doesn't have a very good firepower to it. I think it might have to be just trying again and hopefully getting a bit luckier with how much damage we do per shot. But yeah, like, that jump in value is ridiculous, though. 100 to 250? I think that should have been knocked down to maybe 150 to 200 range. Maybe this 200, like, you can really see where the gap becomes here. The points for here are actually a little smoother, about 50 each. Here, though, that is a giant jump, and it keeps staying pretty high, too. But maybe we'll try again, see if we can get a little bit luckier. I just really thought that after 3 or 4 direct hits, it would have probably at least done something to it, but damn. If that's the case, we are definitely going to need to work at trying to get the railgun ready. Everything's looking pretty good, though, so let's hop back into the slough and see... Or should we do the Gates of Dawn? You know what, we're going to do the Gates of Dawn. We're farming points anyway, and I could actually use more of visibility than the slough gives me. If we had the minigun as well, I'd probably go for the slough, but again, we kind of want the range and the visibility. So with all that, we'll hop back in and try to properly get a manipulator this time. Okay, we're all loaded in here now. Ooh, I saw a Carnivores just on the horizon there. And we got a Macrocana leaving too, so... I think what we'll first start off with is the Carnivores. We'll probably also try for the Macrocana because the double ammo is so nice to have with the hole puncher. Makes me wonder though, if the hole puncher is able to take down things like Macrocana with 1 hit and... I think it's only 2 for the whole Carnivores. I remember it's 3 for Arthropleura, but what is the improved hole puncher like? Guess we'll find out in time once we do finally get the points we need to get it. But the Carnivores was somewhere just up this way. Let me try calling it in. Okay, perhaps somewhere over this way instead. I don't like that there's the hill there, because you never know how far up on the other side it could be. It could be just cresting it when you hear it, or it could be a ways and you can actually go up safely. We'll go... Oh, come on. There we go. Let's try another call. Sounds like it's actually pretty far off in this direction. Just in case it's down one of these little gullies or dips here, though, we'll use the double barrel until we get visual contact again. So far, though, nothing yet. I thought it went away from the sort of mountain ranges here. Oh, no, there it is. Yeah, just 2 for Carnivores, so... The railgun, I'm very curious how strong it's going to be. And we also had a Makrokana that we saw running off too. So let's even try calling for that one. Oh, I see it. Oh, I think we got that one midair. I think that was actually a successful shot. We're going to sprint over and see, but I figured, what the hell, let's take a shot and see. But that little spray up that we saw was... I'm fairly sure that did it in. Was just... yeah, it did. I gotta say, that was a pretty good shot for myself. Normally I'm a pretty terrible shot, as the manipulator just that last hunt showed, but this time, sometimes you just gotta get a gut feeling and say, take it. That shot's there, you think you can, just take it. Sometimes you can feel it and it's, no, you're probably not going to get it. Other times it's, what the hell, it feels like you can make it, so just try and make it. Okay, let's get through the Gate of Dawn, though. And then we'll see what we can do about finding the manipulator. I would like to try to get one of those down. We've seen them on the map before. They've just mostly been, I think, to the very eastern reaches of it. Yeah, no reply back. So we'll have to go up and see what we can spot. But this is why I thought, you know what, let's go back to the Gates of Dawn, because you have such great visibility once you get to the tops of hills and things. Mirkmore Schlau. Okay, yeah, that's just old ambience. Actually, surprisingly, didn't get us this time. Normally, the ambience usually does get us here or there. We'll just kind of crest these hills and see if we can spot any familiar animals. Insects. I mean, they're technically one and the same, but... nothing quite yet. Wonder if we'll even see an Arthropleura, because we've seen them actually pretty common, I think, around areas like this. Maybe even in this area where we've seen them once or twice. We'll just be getting ourselves up and browsing around to see what we can find. I think we probably got quite a while we'll still be going with Mandibles, just because of how the point gaps are in these last few things to go after. I generally want to keep the series old. You can see the entire farming and series of straight start to finish, just so you can get an understanding of how much of an investment it might take to go through and show the entire game off. It's nice to, like, you can sometimes do just a complete one-off where you have so many points you can go through and show everything off in the series, and it's not bad, but it doesn't really give you or anybody new to the games a bit of a feeling of how much of an endeavor it could be. And with my tweaking with Jurassic Park Revolution, I don't think I'll be doing the same tweaking to Mandibles or too many other series. I want to avoid that as much as possible, but it just became for Jurassic Park Revolution, the point curve needed to be flattened a bit. It needed to be smoothed out and made a little bit more approachable. I may even actually do... oh no, just a plant. I thought that was even an Arthropleura shell. Just because of that striking orange you sometimes remember. Yeah, still nothing yet. We'll keep going eastwards. I know they probably won't be in the same spots we've seen them again, but even looking at the map, it looks like there's a fairly good region of land to the east there, just north of the marshes or inlets. Actually, they're not inlets, they're marshes. Or ponds or lakes, etc. It's basically no connection out to the actual water, so it's not exactly an inlet. And I don't know why I'm being asinine about that, I just need something to talk to, I suppose. Or not talk to, talk about, I suppose. Oh yeah, we've been up here plenty of times before. I think we've even chased Yoprotura around this. And just spooking all the local ambience out of the way again. Nothing to worry about too much. Well, this episode's actually been going surprisingly quick so far. I thought we'd be a little later on, but I guess because of the surprise the Manipulator gave to us, that it's a little short. Hoping this time we're the ones surprising it. And then we'll see how the point values are doing after this hunt, and maybe be able to try and... It might be a little too much to try for another hunt, but we'll see how the timing goes. We still have a lot of ammo after all. This might just be a good episode to worry about trying to get our points fully stocked up, and then that way we can do more episodes just with more new content we haven't experienced before. I was very surprised that the Manipulator took that many shotgun shots and then still was able to get us. Oh, hell, I think that looks like a fairly large Carnivores. I thought it was actually part of the landscape for a moment there until there was a bit of movement that caught our eye. And I think it's 2 or 3 shots for the big guy. Oh. Yeah, I'm feeling like I can easily get the first one, but the second one it'll probably just run off, but... what the hell, let's try. There we go. Not exactly the Manipulator, but we definitely won't turn... Or we won't refuse something like that being presented to us. It looks like a fairly large one, too. We'll get a bit closer and just kind of look at size comparison against us. I have to admit, I did miss this big rhino beetle going around. It seemed like once we turned the DLC on, he got... Even the Eupharius that replaced them, we didn't see them as often. I think he's one of the ones that's been the most common across the series so far. And granted, it is because of the point cap we were dealing with, or just the availability we had, but yeah, he is a massive one. I don't think we've had one as big as him before. Alright, let's try that Manipulator again. Yeah, no reply still. We'll keep working our way to the east a bit. If we are lucky, we may spot something on the horizon that we can take a few shots at and bring on down. I'm guessing the Manipulator might take 3 shots of the Hole Puncher to take down. That, I think, has been kind of the tankiest animals we've seen so far. The Arthroplura takes 3, the Pulmonoscorpius I think was 2, but that's actually been one of the harder animals we've had to hunt because we've rarely really come across them, despite all of our videos. I think that was kind of an ongoing theme until we actually encountered our first one, is that they were so elusive to get a shot off on. Not getting any replies. We'll just crest this hill and see what's on the other side. We've actually gotten... So what has this hunt given us so far? We've gotten the Carnivores, a rather nice shot on the Makokana, as well as the Holkero back there. So we do have 3 in the points so far. Yeah, I'm not really getting much of anything back. I mean, I am still using just the single call for the Manipulator. I don't really want to branch out too greatly, just because I don't want us to lose the progress we've made with the animals we managed to get so far. Okay, nothing really over there. Oh, we just got... Man, it's been a while since we've even seen a Bernicia, hasn't it? Basically, sort of like the Brachiosaurus of carnivores. They just kind of reskinned that. And the... what was it? The Brontoterry... No, not Arsinoterry. That was it. From far north that we've just finished up the Megasode for on... Oh, it's just Hylonomus coming over the hill. That kinda got me for a moment. The more animals you get down, the more wary you are of trying to hunt more, just so that way you don't have to worry about all those points being lost. But yeah, surprisingly very little that we've been seeing. It might also be because the calls are scaring away any animals that are not the one we selected too. Like if we call for Macrocana, only Macrocana will reply, and everything else like the ambience might scamper off or run away. It may be possible. I don't exactly know how the coding of the calls works for the Carnivore series. And nothing really along there, over there. We just basically have a big chunk mostly to the south to start going for. And we'll go for a little longer, try to get at least one more animal, and then we'll probably end the episode off there. Just so that way, we welcome back the original roster. We hopefully get a Manipulator as that one, but if not, we have more points that we can hopefully look at getting something else for new to show off. It may even be next episode we'll take the Railgun out for a hunt and see what we can nickname it. As we've got the Hole Puncher and we've got the Shredder. Now we need to think of... Depending on how the Railgun performs, that'll dictate how much we want to beef it up or diminish it with our nickname. As we go for more aggressive animals like Manipulator and the Protosepulga or the Giant Termite, we may start using the minigun more too, because it's a very good weapon to have when they're coming up close on you. You know what? I think we're getting far enough. We'll try one more and see. Nothing back, though. Well, it sounds like there may be something nearby. It could just be ambience, and I'm kind of hoping that's all it is, but it sounded like something possibly stepping around. Yeah, okay, so it doesn't look like there's anything really right by us. I'm kind of surprised that we haven't gotten a call back or a reply yet from one of them. We've covered a fair bit of ground, too. Just the Meganura up there. It always seems to be wherever I decide to go for when we go on our hunts, we seem to be going the opposite way of where there's actual... all the animals in the game we're after. And we'll just do a little sprint up to this side of the mountain. There we go. Yeah, and that's just ambience. You can hear the Meganuras. I'm thinking it's just Archimolocus we're hearing, but just in case it isn't, we better have the shotgun ready. Not that it really did me a fat lot of good in the last hunt, but at least we did get some shots off. Okay, and nothing. That's actually an ambience might not even be ambience. I don't think I've actually heard crickets before. Maybe that means there's a Makrokana somewhere nearby. You know what? Let's try another manipulator call and see. Nothing. Yeah, not exactly what I was hoping for. I mean, we at least saw one and got to see it kill us, but it was more... You generally want to see the hunter win most of the times if you are the hunter. Okay, nothing really around here. Maybe we'll keep sprinting. Oh, there's one. Looks like this hunt is still on, everyone. We've gotten one shot off with the hole puncher, and we've been able to send that running. I didn't want to get too much closer just because we are at the precipice of potentially gaining a lot of points and losing a lot of points. Depending on how smart we handle this, we could either gain all of these manipulator points or completely lose our entire quarry so far. So we'll have to be careful and keep some distance. That's why we're going to work more going around the outskirts and not a direct path in the way it went. Okay, just the Hylonomus down there. Hole puncher is at the ready, so maybe we'll get a little bit closer and see which direction it might have gone off to. Lotta is not easy to spot on this map, so you have to be very close to the trail of where... Oh, see, there's one little spot there. So it looks like it went towards that direction. Went up the hill. Which is... Oh, okay, so it's going southwest, so it'll eventually get near the coastline. Fortunately, right now, it's in a pretty hilly area. Which means it could surprise us. We'll just take our time and slowly follow it along as we can. Looks like it stayed up high, though. I was kind of hoping it would have ran down closer to the wall. Oh, well. You're not exactly what I was expecting to see, either. We also have a Pulmonoscorpius just up ahead. I'm very tempted to try for that as well. But with how the manipulator has been so far, we'll probably focus that as our main goal. It's just quite a dangerous approach we have. So we don't know how close to the edge either of those two are. And they're both dangerous animals that... Okay, I want to stay high, because it sounded like there was movement nearby. It could have just been ambient animals, but... rather we try to stay high and be ready in case. Again, we'll give a wide range for where we may have seen it go. Oh, well, you're not what we were after. So we still have 2 shots left in the hole puncher. We'll reserve those for the manipulator, but another random surprise. Okay. And we may be even in an even more dangerous spot now than we were before. I keep seeming to land us into bad spots, don't I? So I don't know where along the water it might be. Oh! Well, we know where the scorpion is. It's going for a swim. That actually could work for us. I don't think Manipulator's back that way. I think if it did proceed, it's somewhere up this way. Or further along this route. I may very well be mistaken. That's just a bit of a feeling I've gotten from how we've sort of been pushing things with the gunshots. I mean, I am super tempted to just try getting a few shots on that Pulmonus Scorpius, but... Okay. We see that there, but I don't know where the Manipulator went to, and this is... dangerous circumstance. Oh, and I don't see any little bits of red either to know for sure. Ah, you know what? We've got a pretty clear shot to the Pulmono, so let's try a couple on him. I'm just thinking we might not be able to get the Manipulator because of where it might have gone off to, but we can at least get the Scorpion. I feel confident enough in saying that we should be able to. Once we see it again, just pop it off with a few shots from the pistol. Because I don't think it really has too many places it can go on this island here. May even be able to use the shotgun for them, but this is where it might get a little hard to watch for you guys in the video, just because I might be a little more erratic with the movements, trying to keep an idea of where it went off to. Uh-oh. Come on! How much health do they have? How much health can they have when it's... exit the area? Like, come on! That was an entire clip of the pistol. At least a shot of the double, and at least a hole puncher. Like, and it's not like it's something really bulky looking like a Yakulopterus or a Noodleus. Looks like something you could... damn it! I just hate myself because that was so many points we could have had just gone. I think it will be just going for something big and heavy to blast it to bits if we can't... we can't even afford it. God damn it. Maybe we'll do something like this. Go for Mirkmore Schlau and just look at whatever we can wreck apart with the minigun next episode. It just... so much work, and it's such a pain in the rear trying to get this big thing. But at least we got to see it twice. I suppose that's one victory. You got to take the small victories in with the frustrations, but... thank you guys for joining me on another episode of Mandibles. As I said, we probably have a lot of content still to go because of, these just jumps and points. Still think this is going to be a brutal one. Going from 300 to 500 is going to be... Actually, yeah, that's going to be a pretty brutal one. I'm surprised how small of a gap that is for that gap there. There might be a better way to tweak the points for there, but it's just how I see things. We'll keep going for a little while, and if it does get a little too hard or we want to make some progress, we'll maybe adjust some of the stuff like that. But for now, we'll probably leave this episode here. If you did like the series and have tips for how I can try getting down these damn manipulators, be sure to let me know in the comments below, and hopefully next week I can put that into practice to make you guys proud, because Lord knows I did not do that this week. Returning to the roster seemed to screw me over pretty bad. Until I catch you all in the next episode of those survivors, please remember as always to take care and stay alive.